Steelers Week in Cincinnati has become an unofficial holiday of sorts. But what happened on Monday night was far from anything that fans of the game would like to see. Maybe Pittsburgh faithful were delighted with the outcome. Yet, the same old WTF feeling grabbed Cincinnati fans by the throat and refused to let go. After leading by a 170 score, Marvin Lewis proceeded to go brain dead and allow his team to sustain a 2,320 loss. But anyone that was surprised hasn't been a Bengals fan long. Without getting into the gory details of a game that saw the Bengals commit 173 yards of penalties, it was atrocious. Instead of a Monday night battle between two rivals, fans were treated to an Alfred Hitchcock tale of mayhem and horror. That sinking, nauseous feeling never left, and the Steelers used it to smack Lewis with another L for the love of Paul Brown. How could Lewis let that game get away? Oh, my bad. We talkin' about Marvelous Marvin. This is the same head coach that allowed the Bengals to get whopped 2,420 in Week 15 of the 2016 season. Guess what? The Bengals were fighting to stay in the hunt when they lost that game too. What will it take for Mike to throw Lewis out? Maybe it's the frustration. Yeah, that's the ticket. Maybe the reality of this 15-year charade has finally made a ton of people numb. Frankly, I've been watching the games to see how undisciplined the team becomes. Don't judge me. I've been a faithful Bengals backer since 1975, but there's only so much anyone can stomach. Monday night's fiasco was the most unfocused pile of garbage Lewis could possibly toss at fans. It was a sham disguised as NFL football. Honestly, Cincinnati fans deserve more than the dumpster fire that is currently burning at PBS. To be honest, Lewis should have been barred from coming back into the stadium. Security should have escorted him from the premises after the loss and his belongings shipped to him in a black and yellow U-Haul. The fact that Mike Brown isn't saying a darn thing about the situation is an act of cowardice. Furthermore, to let Lewis consistently waste the talent that has been through the halls of Paul Brown Stadium is an atrocity. The crowd of 56,029 was never really in the game. And even though at 86% capacity, fans began leaving in droves when the score was 20-17. Lewis was adamant that his team had kept focus and was in it until the end. When asked if the Bengals were on their heels, he was defensive. I don't know that we were on our heels, but that's your observation. We go in with the plan, and whatever the plan is, that's the plan and that's what you go through and execute. The plan should have changed in the second half. But maybe the plan was to score only 3 points on 5 possessions. Yeah, that sounds like marvelous execution. Be careful of what you say. Marvin John Ross ran a wrong route against the Tennessee Titans. Lewis called him out. He said he let down his teammates and him as a coach. Here's a necessary twist for Mr. Lewis. He has continually let down Bengals fans and the talented players who have put their trust in him. The lack of faith has gotten so bad, a primetime game wasn't sold out. The jungle crowd was ready to beat the traffic rather than stay and watch another predictable loss. 15 years of mediocrity and failure to adjust has this city frustrated. The worst is that no real coach will dare set foot in this city without having complete or partial control. And that's the way Mikey Boy wants it. That means less cash on the dotted line. So, essentially, Lewis has held Cincinnati in a state of limbo his entire tenure. The unfocused play and lack of discipline was on display once more. And the Bengals got punched in the mouth. And the city of Cincinnati looks bad for being so gullible. Should we say thanks or good riddance? The few good memories are great. But the constant stench of losing big games is worse than the smell around Spinney Field.